go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
And this carries into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
A first down throw for Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they're going to rely on their defense.
23 yards on the pickup there, and a first.
At the 13-yard line.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
He's going to use his legs here.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. You got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Man open left side is Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
on third down. Here's Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Packers 14. Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A second down throw for Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They go play action. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
10 at the 45-yard line.
So they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
4th down.
They'll go with Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Love from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 2nd down, Love once more. That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 33 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score. Packers 21. Vikings, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And the Vikings
throwing Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming to you. 54. Check. Watch 54.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll try and run for him with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
6-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are pouring it on. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey,
red. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
Down at the
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Minnesota.
On play action, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Love with a give to Dillon. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd and
the Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jones. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Anthony Barr.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Peterson. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Listen to me. Here we go. We're going.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
On the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now he'll try to run with this. And he's got some space here. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different.
And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A nice run there by Jones on first down as he'll wind up getting about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
7-yard line.
Here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to solve. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
It's always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
He was brought down by
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.